5 red lights, and they're off pretty early. Rifle got a very poor getaway then, and Marco's up to 4th place as Chris is kind of desynced already. We've got Ferrari going round the outside. That is Carlo there, so he's had a brilliant start. He's up to 5th place, I do believe. Chris has taken the lead, I think, or is that Nick? It's very hard to tell. I think it's Nick. Nick's taken the lead. Up from 3rd place, an excellent start for him. As Adiro drops a 2nd, Marco's in 4th with Carlo in 5th place. We got one of the Alfa Romeos, the leaderboard's going haywire up into 6th, so they've had a good start. Soloflex maintains 7th. As we go racing down there, Soloflex looking racy up the inside, but thinks better of it. Let's see, we've got Jimmy in 8th. Rifler had a very poor start. He's down to 9th. I think he just missed the lights. As Matt goes past Still Trash for what is now 10th place. And McNeish is going to go past Still Trash as well. McNeish very late on the brakes as well. Someone's reset the track. It's Chris. He's dropped all the way down as KLM's had a beautiful start. He's up to 11th place. Let's see. We've got Marco very close to Adiro. Or is it Adiaro? I don't know. Might be my northern speed. Oh, Marco got very out of shape there on that chicane. So Nick leads the way, and Chris is in 16th place. So at the moment, Nick would win the championship. I didn't think it could happen, but stranger things. Racing Point are going to need a stellar race here, and a big haul of points if they're going to overturn Ferrari and the constructors. Nick has dropped out of the DRS of the race leader. So we've got a bit of a train here going on for 3rd place. It's some 5 or 6 cars in the battle. Well, I think they're all within a second of each other from 3rd all the way down to 12th. So this is a massive train of cars. And if just one of them makes a mistake, then they're going to drop down by a huge amount. It's fascinating for us to see. Still Trash going for a move on Rifler. He gets the pass done cleanly into 10-10. Rifler trying to go back, but thinks better of it and stays behind. He's dropped to 10th now. A pretty dismal race so far. He ran with Still Trash. 3/10 behind KLM. So KLM's got past Still Trash as well. So he's now up to 8th regarding, well, with the 2 cars pitting as Still Trash goes very wide. And that's allowed Elliott through. So the 2 Racing Points back line astern in 8th and 9th. And they'll want to catch up to the back of Matt because Matt's the leading car in the alternate strategy. Matt's very close. He's trying to have a half move here. Jimmy leaves the space. Gets a better exit on those soft tyres. They're still working those softs. I think Carlo and Rifler have forced the early stop, and Jimmy's now out of ERS, so you can see the red light flashing. So Matt going for a move on the inside. Contact between the 2. Jimmy going to push him out on exit, but Matt now has the superior traction, so he's made that move stick, and he's up to 4th place, but pit stops are happening. Wow, look how close they are. So Carlo re-emerging just behind the race leader. He's made up about 3 seconds there. Oh, he just cut the corner. He's got a penalty. No! That's not what you want to see. As the Racing Points have swapped positions, so Elliott now takes command of 6th place. As Weiss Racing gets past Still Trash as he enters the pit lane. He's doing alright, kind of hanging on there. Keep up with it, bud. You never know what can happen. But Rav has a much better run now. Carlo goes defensive. Oh, they've taken each other out! I think Carlo moved back to the outside to take the racing line, and Rafa thought he could go for a dive on the inside, but he just misjudged the move and took him out. So that's disaster for them two, and that's released Adiara now to go chase after Nick. Back with Nick. He's deploying his battery again. He's going to have the DRS, the rear wing, to help him gain a speed advantage in it. Yeah, it's a non-contest. So that means, well, KLM's not even pitted yet and Nick's ahead. I think the Racing Points, if they're lap 14 on their tyres, they're going for the 1 stop. I would have thought they wouldn't, unless they're going for double soft. It's possible. As Adiara is also having a go. Oh, they're rubbing wheels, and Adiara's in the wall. He's received another time penalty for that move. I think KLM just wanted to push him out there, but Adiara wanted to stick his car in. That's going to be a big steward's inquiry, and I'm sure the Renault driver will not be happy with that move. It's leader, and Chris is in 13th, so Nick would be winning the championship. Fascinating. here we go then. Nick makes a clean move on Elliott. He's up to second place, just Matt ahead of him now on some 6 or 7 lap older tyres. As Reifler's going to make a move on KLM into the final chicane. Oh, but he cut the chicane. Gets a penalty, so that's 6 seconds for him. So this race is going to take another turn now. No wonder Matt stayed out. He wanted the one stop onto the intermediates. This could be a genius strategy from Matt. But if Matt decides to win the race, that means Chris will win the championship. So it's kind of in Matt's hands unless Nick can get past and build a 3-second gap. Let's see, we've got Marco 5 tenths behind KLM. Listen to this. And Matt will have to back out as he decides to pit. So Matt he made a very good call for the intermediates at Brazil. Has he done it again? Has he made a dream pit stop? As Nick continues on, so does Elliott. His tyres must be screaming. 19 laps. Moves happening everywhere. We've got Juice Bag in the pit. We've got lots of cars in the pits, in fact. Let's see. So Elliott stayed out and KLM decided to come in. Let's see. So we've got Matt. He's emerged in 6th place. Let's get the time to the leader. So it's 18.5 at the moment. Keep an eye on that time. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Well, at the moment, it's going up big time. They've pitted too early. Matt's navigated just 2 or 3 corners. He's lost a second already, so it's too early. All of these guys are coming too early. This might just throw a lifeline to Chris. The gap now 20.1 to the leader between 6th place Matt and leader Iceman. So this might just throw a lifeline to Chris. He might be able to, well, what was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If Chris can finish 11th place, that will seal the championship. See, Ant has retired from the session. That's in the pit lane. Nick makes a pit stop. I think this is about the right time. DRS disabled, so perfect for Nick. Elliott follows him in, and surely they'll all come in now. Yep. What about Chris? He'll have to hopefully not double stack. Otherwise, that's going to lose him a heap of time as Weiss Racing gets past Solarflex. Solarflex had a bit of an incident. He's still on the soft tyres. So let's see where they emerge in comparison to one another. Nick's come out way ahead of Matt. And what about Elliott? Side by side with the Ferrari driver, but the Ferrari driver just sticking his nose ahead. So, well, Elliott's race was looking pretty dismal, but he's caught right up to the back of the Ferrari driver now. So 10 laps to go in the final race of this season, final race of this game. Certainly in official league capacity, we might still have the 100% ERS versus RLC race, which hopefully will go off without Steam disconnecting us. This KLM pits again. Is this for wet tyres? What is this? It is the full wet tyre. I wasn't aware that the rain had gotten particularly harder, but there it is. It's going to emerge in front of the Ferrari car. But yeah, Chris in 10th place now. And 4 cars in front of him have penalties, so yeah, it's almost a full-blown collision. But what about Reifler and Jimmy? Having a little fight here into turn 8 and 9. Jimmy must have just dropped the ball there. He's gone like 3.5 seconds down to Adiaro. So as Elliott's making a move as well, having a look around the outside of the map for turn 1. Not able to make anything of it, but these two now fully engaged in a fight. Of course, Matt has a penalty, so Elliott does not need to take any risks. He can just sit behind him within 3 seconds and he'll get second place for free. I'm trying to keep an eye on KLM. 15. Oh! Marco deployed the battery, but he had a massive amount of oversteer. Luckily, no one's behind him to take advantage as Matt makes a pit stop for wet tyres. This is an interesting development. Is he going to be able to make up all those positions again? More penalties for drivers. Oh, Chris taking a good line here. As Weiss is a little bit out of position, so Chris is actually going to get slipstream from the Renault. And they're going to go side by side into the hairpin. Chris looking to go around the outside. It's a very long way as Weiss has gone wide. But Chris gets a better exit and he's through. So a good move by the Red Bull driver. That was all set up from the turn 8-9 chicane. As Nick now makes a pit stop. Ooh. Okay then. Let's see. Chris! Oh! He made that crucial error about misjudging the pit lane entry. So he's damaged his wing now. And I'm pretty sure the guys are not going to fix it. Nope. You can see that end plate damage on that left hand side as we look at the picture. Juiceback has DNF'd and left the session. That's at turn 1. That's another free position for Chris. But he's got massive wing damage now. Easy as you like. Rifler picks up another penalty. And, well, I don't know what's happened there, but Elliott must have made a mistake as Nick has flown past. And now he's got 4 laps to build a 6-second gap. And maybe that is possible. And the pendulum swings again. KLM makes some, well, Weiss is on the grass, so you're not going to get any traction out there. Yikes. As Matt gives an opportunity to still trash. Matt makes his way past Elliott. Elliott really, yeah, these intermediate tyres are not the ones to be on now. And the gap between the leaders of 4 seconds and Nick back on target to win the race. Significant worsening of the conditions in these last couple of laps. He's already effectively ahead of him, but this is the last lap now. It's going to be like Brazil 2008. Nick will cross the line in first place, but Chris will finish on track in a good enough position to win. Well, I guess it's more like 2012. Rifler making the dive on the final lap of the race. A little bit of contact, but it's not really worth looking at. So up to 4th place. KLM not able to close the gap, so Nick has won the race. Matt will take, well, what can only be described as a great second. And Elliott can only take what can be described as a great third. Sticking out on those inters, that was tough for him, but he's made it. Rifler's going to get 4th. There's another change of position for the back. These 2 inter guys, they're not done. Look, they're like on ice. Look at them. They're now going side by side down the final straight. Who's going to get it? Well, Still Trash just has superior. Weiss has given up. Half throttle down the back straight. He's given up. Rifler 4th, KLM 5th, Adiaro with a million penalties in 6th. Chris takes 7th and the championship. Jimmy finishes in a disappointing 8th considering where he was on lap 20. Carlo 9th, Still Trash hard battle for 10th. Weiss in 11th. Rafa, who took out Carlo in 12th, who's now doing donuts. And Soloflex finishes a lap down. There's actually a rule against this. I'm not supposed to do donuts on the track. But it's the end of the season, so why not?